What is up, guys? What is up? This is actually the first time I've ever done a scheduled. Oh, see, now I'm on my computer here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. See, this is the beauty of doing stuff live that you've never tried before. All right, guys. So super excited to have you here. Look, it's really simple. You know me, I'm a tennis coach. And look, as a husband, as a father, my goal is to obviously help as many people around the world as possible improve their tennis. But I also have to be able to, as a business owner, run a profitable business. And a little background, right? So I live outside of Philadelphia and I taught tennis at an amazing tennis club about an hour northwest of Philadelphia for 24 years. And I realized that the only way as a husband and as a father I was going to be able to make more money was to have to work more hours. And that was, to be very honest, disheartening. That I was going to have to spend less time with my wife, less time with my kids in order to make the money that I wanted to make, which was the whole reason why I wanted to make more money, was to spend more time with them or to, enjoy my time more with them. So I started, actually back in 2014, a side hustle called 2 Minute Tennis. And it grew and it grew, and I learned a ton. And I decided about a year ago, around a year ago, that I was going to create a program for coaches who were in my situation, who were working late late at night, early in the morning, weekends, missing out on stuff that my kids were doing, not being able to really enjoy the lifestyle that I wanted to enjoy. And I decided to create the 2 Minute Tennis Coaches Program. And the 2 Minute Tennis Coaches Program is live on 2minutetennis.net right now. You can go in the description of this live stream and you can click on it and you can join the 2 Minute Tennis Coaches Program, where I am personally going to walk you through step by step how to do what I do. And I want to give you in this live stream 3 simple ways. And in the coaches program, there's so much more, but I want to just give you, I want to start changing maybe the way you think if you're a coach. And when you change your thinking and you change the way you do things in your coaching business, then that's when you can start to make more money and you actually figure out ways to work less. So this isn't just double your income and you just stay working the same number of hours. Because if you're working a ton and missing out on family stuff, that's not good. What I want to show you, and what I show you in this coaches program on 2minutetennis.net, is how to double your income or even triple. Like when I left the tennis club, I instantly tripled my income because I was able to leverage time and leverage the whole world, right? But I also started working less. Like that's the amazing thing. So let's go over this. The first thing is you have to figure out how to have both on-court and off-court instruction. By the way, is this backward? Can somebody in the comment section just write if this is backward? If it is, then I totally screwed up, but that's okay. This is the beauty of doing live stuff. By the way, part of doubling your income is trying new things that you've never done, and possibly, right in front of others, making a fool of yourself. Can somebody just tell me if that's written backward? If it is, then my fault. But can you please keep this streaming on your channel so I can watch it later? Because I'm already fam in my country. Yeah, you got it. Yep, you got it. I'll make sure it's there. I didn't mean to make it vertical. I actually meant to make it horizontal. But once I pushed live, yeah, you got it. You got it. Thanks so much. But somebody tell me if this is backward. So the first thing is, words are good. Thank you so much, Julio. So the first thing is you have to have on-court and off-court instruction. If you're a tennis coach and the only thing you offer is on-court instruction, where you physically have to go to a tennis court and the students have to come to a tennis court, that is extremely limiting. Because what you have done is you have traded hours for dollars. What you have decided is, I am going to leave my family, leave my friends, leave my wife and husband, leave my kids, and I'm going to spend time with someone else, right? Or you don't have time to go traveling, or whatever it is, whatever you like to do in your free time. If that is the only type of instruction you offer, the first part, on court instruction, which is what 99.9% of coaches only offer, then what you have decided is the only way to make more money is to work more hours. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to make more money and work fewer hours. So what you have to wrap around in your mind is, okay, I have to start offering off-court instruction. If you go to 2minutetennis.net, my website, you'll see that I offer a Master Your Serve course, right? It's $9. I sell those all the time. Master Your Forehand course, double strategy, whatever. You have to have a place where people can go. And this is what I teach you in the 2-Minute Tennis Coaches program. I work with you live, like live on Zoom too. Monthly, we do monthly checkups, monthly classes with all the coaches who are part of the program. And you have to figure out, how can you make money as a tennis coach while you're sleeping? So I will wake up and I'll say, oh, I got a new member to my premium membership to my website, 2minutetennis.net. Or, oh, I sold another serve course. If you can make money while you're sleeping, then, and the whole world, by the way, the whole world becomes your tennis club. The whole world becomes, who your students are, rather than always having to drive to a tennis club, then the chances of doubling your income go way up. This is something that once I figured out how to do it, and it takes, this is why I created the 2-Minute Tennis Coaches program, so that you don't have to go through what I went through in trying to figure out all of this stuff. Once I figured out how to have a website, what website company to use that is super inexpensive for the amount of money that you make, all of a sudden I said, oh my gosh, I am not going to have to work at the tennis club anymore. So after 24 years of working 6 days a week at least, and there was 1 year that I worked every day because my wife was pregnant, and it was with our first kid and our daughter. And all of a sudden it's like, I don't know how much money it takes to have a child. I've never been a parent before. Oh my gosh, I better work 7 days a week. And I work 7 days a week. It wasn't super fun being away from my pregnant wife every day, but I had to do it because it was the only way I knew to make more money. If there had been an 8th day of the week, I would have done that. So you have to figure out how to start making money both on court, but also off court. It could be doing video analysis. It could be doing live group calls with Zoom, which is something that I do with members of my website every Wednesday night. And we get together and we talk about footwork and strategy, and I show them pro technique and what to copy. It's an hour-long class. And I'll get people all around the world to join this live stream on Zoom as part of my premium membership to my website. And again, if you're just getting here, these 3 things are just part of the entire program that is sitting on my website that just became live about a week and a half ago. It's called the 2-Minute Tennis Coaches program, where I'm going to teach you, and let's be very specific, how to make $162,000 a year working 22 and a half hours a week on court. Yes, $162,000 a year, and you're only working 10 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. That's it. Monday through Friday, by the way. That's 4.5 hours a day, Monday through Friday. That's 22 and a half hours a week. That's what that program is all about. You can double your income. You can triple your income. It's not just that much. You can make much more. But that's kind of like the starter of the program that I teach you. And if that sounds good, then you need to join that program. All right, number 2, in being able to double your income while spending less time on the court coaching, is you have to figure out how to create a subscription model. So think about Hulu, right? Think about Amazon Prime. Think about Netflix. What do? Every month, you get charged. Whether you watched anything on Amazon Prime or you binge watched every show that they have, it's the same price and it's every single month. What most tennis coaches use is a pay per session model. A pay per session model meaning when you give a tennis lesson, the student pays you. There are built into that model, the pay per session model, huge disadvantages. One is, how do you get paid for off-court help, right? Let's say you're a coach and you have a 15-year-old student and he's working on his serve. And the dad takes a video of his son at a tournament and he texts you. And it's a Sunday afternoon, you're with the family. Or whenever. And all of a sudden you get the text and he sends you the video saying, hey, how's George's serve looking? I know we worked on the toss placement and the pronation, blah, blah, blah. How's it looking? So you're sitting there with a text message on your phone with a video of the student you just taught last Thursday. And now the dad is asking for advice or confirmation that George has made the change that you were hoping for. What do? Do you respond? Well, if you respond, you now have created a precedent that you are going to work for free. Because if you respond once, guess what's going to happen the next time? They're going to keep texting you. Oh, how's his backhand? Hey, whatever. Whatever you're working on, that coach is now going to start texting you and texting you and texting you. Now you've created the situation where with a pay per session model, you're only getting paid. Remember, we're talking about how you get paid for your tennis lessons. You have now created the situation where you're only going to get paid with a pay per session model when you're on court. Or you can ignore the text message. You can ignore the dad's text message and say, I'm not responding because, I'm with my family on the weekend, whatever. And now all of a sudden, the coach or the dad is mad at you. Or, man, I sent you a text message and you didn't respond. It's like, yeah, because I'm not on court with you. So you have to create a way where everything that you do for your students, you get paid for. And that's the subscription model. A subscription model is where in order for your students to take lessons with you, they pay you once per month. Now, what they get for that one-time payment, and you could just in your mind think, okay, I usually give this person or that person 2 or 3 or 4 lessons a month, and they do a drill with me. And you can kind of think about what everybody pays you. And you can even increase that price because now you can do off-court stuff that you're going to now be paid for, and you can put it into one monthly payment. So I, as part of 2-Minute Tennis, have people all around the world paying me once per month for all that I offer, whether it's a live Zoom lesson with me, whether it's all my programs and mastery courses that I offer, live Zoom classes, whatever it is. So figure out how to create a subscription model. In my program, the 2minutetennis.net coaches program, I teach you what to offer in your off-court programs and actually what to offer with your on-court. I tell you what programs that I use, the websites that I use, the apps that I use for the subscription model. Have you ever had at the end of a lesson, and because I've had this happen. I've given someone a lesson and I'm late for the next lesson and they're just talking and I'm like, hey, I gotta go. They're not getting the message. You're like, is this person gonna pay me? Like, are they gonna reach into their wallet and pay me? Or, oh, I forgot cash. Can I Venmo you tomorrow? Can I PayPal you tomorrow? Can I give you Cash App tomorrow? And all of a sudden it's 4 days later and you're like, oh my gosh, they still haven't paid me. The beauty of the subscription model is it's automatic. The student doesn't have to think about it. You don't have to think about it. You just get the money every single month for the programs that they are part of, part of your teaching program. The third thing in this live stream today is you want to put your players in a box. Now, you could kind of argue that this of putting players in a box is really the same as these two. It kind of wraps this together. But what you don't want to do, believe it or not, is give your students a choice. You know, if I sign up for Amazon Prime, I don't get to choose, oh, I want these shows, but I don't want those shows. Or Hulu, no, I want this program, that program, but you don't get to pick and choose. You just sign up for it and they give you what you get. That is how you want to structure your business. You want to structure your business where the students conform to you, not you conforming to your students. For instance, what you don't want to say to your student is, hey, thanks so much, that you want tennis lessons with me. Amazing. When are you available? Don't ever ask your students when are they available or what's convenient for them. Because you know what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you, hey, you know what? Friday at 7:30 at night is really convenient for me. And you're like, my wife's going to kill me if I say, or 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. And you're like, I don't do that. And all of a sudden you're having to tell them, no. What you want to do is you want to create a situation where you are telling them when you're available. There is a website that I use that has my entire calendar on it, that I can send the calendar to my students and they have to pick a time that's convenient for me. I've never had one complaint either, because when people see when you're available, they'll choose a time when you're available and they're available. It'll be convenient for them. You want to put the student in a box when it comes to when you're going to work, right? Meaning when they're going to be taking a lesson with you. You also want to put them in a box of the subscription model, right? Of, hey, just so you know, to take lessons from me, you sign up on my website and, whatever it is, bobstennislessons.com, whatever. And so that's your website. And, and all of a sudden they sign up for your program, not just your lessons, but your entire program. And they get everything. They get a live Zoom call once a month. They get on-demand video analysis with you. Because remember, you're now getting paid for it. Where before, that dad sent you the video of his son serve because you just taught him that lesson. And all of a sudden, you're getting a message going, oh my gosh, I got to respond to this guy. Or, hey, can you help me, sign up for tournaments with my child? And you're like, oh, like you've got to help this parent. But you're also spending, 20 minutes, 30 minutes talking to them about tournaments? Hey, can I talk to you about strings? Sure. And you know that this is not time that you're going to be paid for. But you want to help your student. Put them in a box. As part of your off-court instruction on your website, have a video for parents all about tournaments that you pre-record, and it is up on your website, and they say, hey, can you help me with tournaments and signing up for tournaments with my child? Sure. Here's the link. Watch this video. It'll explain everything. Thank you so much. You recorded the video once and you can dole it out to your students. Put your students in a box and say, hey, this is what I offer. I offer a private lesson a week. I offer a drill a week. I offer a monthly Zoom call. I offer on-demand video analysis. You can send me a video of any of your strokes and I'll respond back with a 30-second, drawing on the video response within 5 minutes. You can set, by the way, the time that you're available to do that. You can say, look, no weekends and only between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Whatever. You can create the box that they have to conform to. You can create nutrition, hydration, stretching programs. Again, this is all part of the off-court instruction that you're putting the students and players in a box. If you are the type of coach who is interested in learning and having me personally teach you exactly how to make $162,000 a year working 22 and a half hours a week. And by the way, that's not weekends and early mornings and late nights. Remember, make the students conform to you. You can teach 10 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. If you are a parent, you can drop your kids off at school, work your tennis lessons from 10 to 2:30, pick them up after school. Your parents will think you don't even, or I'm sorry, your kids will think you don't even work. And you're pulling in $162,000 a year because you're working when it's convenient for you. Because again, you're putting the students in a box. If that is something that interests you, then I want you to click the link in the description of this video. It's the 2-Minute Tennis Coaches Program. I'm going to work with you step by step in creating the exact income and lifestyle that you want. This just scratches the surface on what it takes. But these are 3 critically important things. So you can no longer just think that tennis coaching happens on a tennis court. In fact, full disclosure, my entire 2-minute tennis occurs off court. And I even show you in the 2-Minute Tennis Coaches Program how to do it off court, how to not do a hybrid model, both on court and off court. I actually also show you how I do it completely off court. I teach about 1 lesson per week on court. That's it. Everything else I do when it's convenient for me. I never miss a kid's softball game or a cello concert, or I drop my kids off every morning to school. I pick them up after school every day. I never miss a thing. I never work weekends anymore because it's all on my schedule. It's all on my, what's convenient for me. So if that's something that interests you, I want you to check out in the link below. I'll also put it in the description, the link to check out the 2-Minute Tennis Coaches Program. On court and off court, you need to make sure that they have on court, or you're offering on court and off court instruction to your students. If the only way you make more money is to work more hours, that's not sustainable. You cannot make $1 million a year. There aren't enough hours in the day. Subscription model. Stop having your students pay you when they teach you or when you teach them. Because if it rains that day, they're not paying you. If they go on vacation, they're not paying you. You want to do what Hulu does, what Amazon Prime does, what Netflix will do. It's once a month, automated. You never have to think about it. They never have to think about it. At the end of a lesson, you just go. You don't have to sit there with your hands in your pockets like, are you going to pay me? Are you going to pay me cash? Are you going to, remember to PayPal me in 2 days? None of that. None of that awkward moment at the end of a tennis lesson where they have to pay you the money and you're like, oh, thanks. Super awkward. Or sending the text, hey, you forgot to pay me, or it's been a couple days, you said you were going to Venmo me. Super awkward. You write the text and then you erase some of it because you don't want to sound desperate, but you kind of are because you got to pay the rent or got to pay the mortgage. None of that anymore. Figure out how to have a subscription model. In the 2-Minute Tennis Coaches Program, I'm going to show you everything, both in the program and live on Zoom with coaches around the world that I'm working with month by month, giving them the action plan of what they have to do each month in order to create the exact business that I'm currently running that you can easily copy. And number 3, don't allow your students to pick and choose. I mean this. Don't allow your students to pick and choose what they get from you. Put them in a box. Say, hey, when you sign up with me, you get 2 private lessons a month. You get a weekly group class. You get my online instruction. You get my online nutrition, stretching, hydration videos. Videos about grips, videos on the serve, videos about signing up your child for tournaments. Live Zoom classes that you can run with all of your students. You can create so much value. I mentioned the on-demand video analysis. If you have a subscription model, you can now built into the one payment they pay you every month, you now have built into this subscription model any off-court video analysis that they send you. So if you have someone who says, hey, I filmed myself hitting forehands yesterday, can you check it out? Guess what? You're already charging them for that. It's built in. If you're only teaching and asking for people to pay you on the day where you're teaching them, they on court, then guess what happens? When they want off court instruction, they're either going to feel awkward, which means they're not going to want to do it because they're going to feel bad that they're asking for your opinion on their child's serve or their own serve. Or they're going to send it to you and now you have to wonder, should I respond? and be a jerk, or not respond and be a jerk? Or should I respond? And now I've set the precedent that I'm going to work for free, that they can just send me videos. Then they're not even going to take tennis lessons with you. Why would they go on court with you if they're just going to send you videos and you're going to have to respond to them? You're like, wait, this stinks. I'm actually working for free now. None of that. Figure out how to have the subscription model so that you can put players in a box and charge for the off-court instruction. So thank you everybody so much for being here. Let me see if there are any comments that were there. No problem. So if you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. I want to work not one-on-one with you, but as a group, live with me as part of the coaches program. Check it out. It's in the description. It's the first line in the description of this video. And I want to help you create the income and lifestyle that is going to be in your best interest, your family's best interest. I'll tell you, I'm 44. My body feels like I'm 24 again. After 24 years of coaching, because I started teaching when I was 18. I didn't go to college. 4 days after graduating high school, I started coaching. And I worked at the same club for 24 years. I loved it. I had so much fun. I love coaching. I love teaching in general, it doesn't matter what the subject. I love teaching. And it just so happens that the subject that I love to teach is tennis. But when I was working for 24 hours, my back, especially my left, is kind of like leaning down into a ball basket just over and over again, constantly bending down on my left side. Anymore, like my lower back, or after 24 years of it, my lower back was killing me. Now my legs feel great. My ankles don't crack when I wake up in the morning or go upstairs. My knees were awful. My body, I was so tired all the time. I don't have any of that anymore because I only teach one on-court lesson a week as part of what I do with 2-Minute Tennis. So if you're interested in personally working with me to learn how to create the lifestyle and income that you want, then check out the 2minutetennis.net coaches program. The link is going to be in the description. I'm also going to put it in the first comment. Any questions, throw them in the description below and I'll be sure to answer them. So thank you so much, everybody, and you got this.